Bonjour. It's an honor to be chosen for the short list of the Prix Montluc Résistance at Liberté. I wish I could deliver this message in French, but even though I have studied the language for years, I am not coherent yet. I will continue to study, so thank you for your grace. Every book I write teaches me a lesson or leads me to revelation. Before I began writing NOUS SERONS TEMPêTE, I had narrow ideas about enslaved people. It was hard for me to write from Anna's perspective because she was enslaved, and it was hard for me to see her as a complex human being. Because Annis is enslaved, she doesn't have much physical agency, and because she could make less physical choices, it was difficult to write her. However, as I researched and wrote my way into the American South and Louisiana in the 1830s, I discovered that even though enslaved people had little physical agency, they still resisted their enslavement. They ran away and fled to the northern free United States. They ran away and fled to the borderlands around plantations, to forests and swamps, and continued to trade with the enslaved people still on the plantations to survive. Enslaved people who didn't run would help those who ran to the outskirts and hid. They would sneak supplies to them. They would break tools. They would work slowly, weed slowly, clean slowly, do everything they could to steal back some of their time and power for themselves. They resisted in so many ways, and I did not understand that before I began writing. Even as these were smaller acts of resistance, they were still acts of disruption. They still fought against their tyranny. They fought in action, but more importantly for me, they fought mentally and spiritually to insist on their humanity. Enslaved people in the United States of America formed families and relationships and made connections with other enslaved folks, even though they knew those relationships could be taken away from them at any time. Again and again, they chose love and care. And finally, even as they toiled in bondage, they chose to wake every day, to breathe, to live in the hope that they could fight their way to a better, different future. They embraced hope. And writing this book taught me to hope, to understand that even when one is suffering from grief, even when one is surrounded by violence and darkness, even when one is drowning in despair, one must look for and embrace hope. I am grateful to you for recognizing the fight in NOUS SERONS TEMPêTE and for recognizing the resistance in love and community and care in this book. Merci beaucoup.